George Halliday went to the island and was on two crutches, and we're looking at CB92. And whenever we did, the whole place would put a sign on my back and a sign on the bike, wanted CB92. And we did a scout hole one night, and this fella shouts over, "Are you for real? Are you looking at CB92?" I says, "I wouldn't have put this on the back of a week." I says, "Darn, looking at CB92. And he says, "I know there is one." And we went to see this CB92. And this is the bike. And the guy, whenever he always says, "I'll take it down the road for a run till you see it." And he took it down the road and he disappeared in time at times. And I says, "Where did that man go?" He was disappearing into holes in the lane. And he came back up again. "Yes," I says, "that's lovely. We'll buy that." And it was on bolts sitting on the stand. So I got to know the boys at the Bentley boys, they called them, in England, and they sent me over tires, and the tires did no good. And I got another guy, and he was from Newton Ards, and he was Bill Head. And I says, "Hey boy, I have got this bike," and I says, "I can't understand it, I haven't it." He says, "You have the wrong shock absorbers in it." He sent me shock absorbers and that set her up. A lovely little thing, 125, and they run that on the island. Whenever they were going round and round practicing, they had to do a lot of laps to see where all the corners were and all the braking points were. Sunbeam Model 6. I got this, and there was a guy, it was just like as if you had to put up the stairs to keep the children from going down. We just got the frame, and everything was just sitting bare. And my mother and I built her. We got 20 foot of steam pipe, and we bent it over through a piece of mahogany. And we bent the carrier, and then a guy made us the boxes, and then another guy made us the leather to fit the box. And on that particular bike, you had to have a white, somebody, I forget now what they call them, and they were able to supply us with the kickstart rubber, white. Amex curb was what would been on her. There was an enamel was on her. I took it off. There was a half-time pinion, and we had to get it a half-time pinion to run her right. And there was a guy in Liverpool had 14 ton of stuff, but wouldn't let us have any. We got them with another guy. He had two, and he sent me the right one. There was 2 or 3 fins broke off. Now where they were, I don't know, but Jack McAlowan welded the fins, and there was a valve. You just take those 2 things off. There's your side valve, and that's where your valves are. He took the bar off, and he cut out the crack that was in the valve seat and welded it. What else? Another little man, we went with Cap, and now don't tell me who sent you. And he made me the mud guard. He made me the front guard, and I brought the guard home, and the guard was too deep, and I brought the guard back to him again. Always says that you give me the guard and good. I says, "Listen," I says, "it was my fault." John McAlowan made the springs. He was in the spring place in Portadown, and he made the springs because the springs were rotten. There wasn't any spring in them. It's made for a sidecar. There's the big loops for a sidecar, made to carry a sidecar. That was the most expensive bike. Oil one side, petrol another, and you give her, and you got your drip. You set your drip through there. I sent this over to some of the boys in England, and it come back again, and they had the stickers the wrong way around, and they had to put it in a cardboard box, and they put it in the cardboard box too soon, and it took the cardboard box sticking to the paint. Had to be sent back again to England. But no, that's another story. There's a story to the whole lot of them here. In verse